So I am here with little Jesse, and I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself a little bit.
I go by the name of Lil Jesse. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I am a pop slash hip hop artist. I make multiple styles of music. So basically, I make music. But yeah, I grew up in Eastern Kentucky my whole life, born and raised, and that's me. So
Sick. So tell me about how you got started, like from the start. Like, how did you decide you wanted to do music, and how did you get to where you are now?
I'll be honest. The first music I ever heard in my life was like the Eagles, Bob Seger, the Allman Brothers Band. So that was like probably from 0 until like 10, 11, until I finally heard D12, which was Eminem's old band. And I
Mhm.
heard that there's the album cover. They're holding the world with their hand. It's called D12,
Yes.
my world or whatever. But I heard that and I just fell in love with rap. I was like, what the hell is that, bro? And then I found some 50 Cent CDs. You know, Eminem 50 Cent was obviously homeboys, but I found that. But I go back a couple years. I learned how to play drums when I was 8 years old. So my first ever love in life was a drum set.
Love that. Sick. Okay, so like tell me about your sound because everyone kind of has a different sound and you kind of mentioned that in the beginning. So if nobody's ever heard your music before, kind of explain to me what it sounds like, what are like the influences to your sound that you've like created.
Feel like what I'm gonna say doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me because like my one of my biggest influences is people like Hall and Oates, David Bowie, Elvis Presley. I don't know. Maybe it's their aesthetic, not so much the music. But
Mhm.
then again, though, Hall and Oates, if you've ever listened to them, Daryl Hall and John Oates, the melodies and just I'm in love with '80s music. Like, but then you go listen to mine, you're like, maybe a few things have that, but it doesn't. I can explain it. Maybe it's just their attitude, their style. I don't know.
Right.
But I would say that. I would say those guys, David Bowie. I just did a show with a dude named Oliver Francis. I just done with him about 2 weeks ago. He influenced me a lot since about 2016. I've been listening to his music, and he was just like early SoundCloud rap, weird rap, emo-y. I can't explain it, but it was like a full circle moment for me because I did a show with him, got to kick it with dude for a little bit, and shout out him. It was cool.
Sick. I love that. Yeah, I like hearing about how people kind of like describe their music and then what influences like their different sounds of music. So that's cool. Let's bring it back to your first show. So when was your first show? And then kind of like let's talk about that experience. Like what was it like for you to like finally get to be like putting on your first show?
My first show ever was a weird thing because if we're going to be technical about it, my first ever show that isn't under the name of Lil Jesse I think I was in seventh grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. I was playing drums with a band, and it was in front of the whole school. I was a mean kid, so basically, I got kicked out of the school. But they let me come back because my brother was in the school and my friends, and I played drums, and we won a talent show. So that was my technical first show, and I have it on video, so it's pretty sick. And but my first show is Lil Jesse. You know, taking my music seriously and actually put myself on the map would be I think it was, let's see, I think it was October, November, December, somewhere around there of 2019. I went to Rhode Island, linked up with a friend of mine who helps me produce and engineer music now, Nate Achilles. So shout out him. And then I met my homeboy D Rose, Derek Rose from out there. Just Rhode Island guys, man, they hit me up on the internet. Was like, yo, we heard this little song, and then I was like, I'm coming out there. Somehow a show got worked out. I can't remember how, but somebody said something about a show, and I took me and my homeboy Frank Hunter. He does like metal style, and yeah, it was our first ever like just get on stage. This little Jesse show. It was pretty cool.
That's sick. What was like the feeling of being on stage for the first time for you? Like, I guess as little Jessie, like, how did that make you want to really explode your music and like go on tour more?
I don't know. I just like the feeling of like, even if people didn't know the words, like when I first got over there, even if they didn't know me, just the feeling that you get of somebody just like right there with you, like, yeah, bro. You know, I just kind of, I'm an adrenaline junkie. Uh, Like,
Mhm. I feel that
I,
for sure.
yeah, dude, like I enjoy if somebody's like, can I cuss on here? I can.
Yes, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, okay. I enjoy if somebody's like, bro, that's fucking sick, dog. Then I'm like, wait till you see this shit. You know, like I'm into that. Like, I'll give you more, you know? And
Yes.
I just feel like my purpose is to just create shit, man. Like I don't know. I want to draw. The one minute I want to draw something. I have ADHD from hell.
Me too. It's cool.
So that's why late at night if I smoke a little something, which that's all I do. But if I smoke a little something late at night, I don't care who knows. It kind of takes that ADHD out of me a little bit, so I can just kind of be like, relax, bro. But yeah, what was the question? I go in tangents.
You're fine.
I
I
do not
like
go in
that.
tangents.
That's sweet. I feel that. I like have like six different stories I have to tell in one. No, I was just wanting to know about your experience and how that made you for your first show
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
how it
So
really like made you kind of
basically,
branch out.
a shorter answer would be that it made me want to do it 500 million times more.
Exactly. Yeah. I
And
love that.
now that I've done shows with, you know, dudes that have bigger names than me, and I've done shows across the country as in America as of now, it's made me feel not just more solidified as a what I believe in, because here's the way I look at it. If you got 50 people that really love you and really care about what you're doing, that's a win. That's a W. Because if they're going to buy your t shirts, if they're going to come to a show, if they're going to spend money on tickets, if they're going to show love to you, like everybody wants it to be big, fast. Everybody wants it to happen now, bro. I got to blow up. I've never wanted that. I've never wanted to just blow up. I've always wanted to be like, I want to build a core fan base. And that's exactly what I've done. And that's why things for me has been working because I've been consistent. I have not stopped, even when shit got slow. Even if some of the songs I put out was not good, it's a learning. You're always learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think that's huge too because I feel like when you start smaller, those first fans that you get, those are always like the best fans, and it really helps like cultivate the kind of fans and like the experience that you're able to give everybody. So I like that. Let's talk a little bit more about going on the road and touring. So, what do you think the most like rewarding aspect of being on tour is?
fans,
Yes.
exposure. You know, my first tour I done was this past November. Technically a tour. We did 19 shows in 30 days. So I mean, and we started in Las Vegas. And see, like I said, I'm in Kentucky. I'm way away from out west, and we started in Vegas. Went to Cali, Utah. We went everywhere. Minnesota, Florida.
Yeah, because you were in Nashville, weren't you?
Yeah, but we did like a
That's
big
how I
circle.
first found you was because your show was in Nashville and I missed you by like just a few hours.
Which one? Which show was it?
I don't remember, but I remember I found you on live and you were like, we have a show tonight in Nashville. And I was like leaving on our bus for our next show. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
that sucks because I just had a week off.
that was just a couple weeks ago. I was talking about the tour thing, but yeah, you're right. I did a show with Caskey, if you know who that is, and I opened up for him. Long story short, I got off the stage and Yellow Wolf was in the crowd. Like that was a dope set, bro. I was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean?
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And but back to the 19 shows in 30 days, I learned from that you don't within this music stuff, you don't get paid right away. The way to get paid is to have fans or have people buy tickets. Like that's what people don't understand. Somebody could have 13 followers and like, you mean to tell me I ain't gonna fucking get paid going out here? And it's like, no, bro, why would you get paid if nobody's buying a ticket? You know what I mean?
Right.
So my advice to people is that if you get on a tour with somebody, fuck all the money, fuck all that. If you're trying to build your name, get out there, give a good show, do it for free, and just bring some merch with you, you know. And I definitely done good on merch. I came home with zero. Like that's the win. People wearing the shirts, wearing the wristbands, talking about the name. That's the W.
I agree with that. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, cause you're kind of smaller and you're cultivating like that,
Uh-huh.
like to grow your fan base and stuff. What do you feel like, or do you feel like you have like a unique connection with your fans based on where you're at right
Because I'm not a liar. Like I just don't lie. I'm just like, hey, I'm super fucking country, but I don't make country music. This is who I am. This is what I believe. Like it just ain't to put on no more. Like I'm not lying about what I like. I'm like, I know it's weird because I'm a white guy who has face tattoos and I'm rapping, but I'm also, and I'm from the country and I sound like Matthew McConaughey. I get it. Like I stick out like a sore thumb out of everybody in my family. I promise, dude. But
now? I love that.
the connections with the fans is that it's cool to be able to say that I have real fans. It's like I can sit here and tell you as a person, or I mean, as an independent artist, that I actually have real fans who buy merch, who buy the music, who has, you know, bought tickets. Like that shit is cool as fuck. And it's only growing. So I'm blessed. And it's finally got overseas. Like it did a couple years ago. There's been 2 or 3 people, but now it's like more people in Australia, New Zealand, whatever, London, South Africa. There's been people hit me up and shout out TikTok. That's just been a good platform to do
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
TikTok's insane.
The connections with the fans is because of realness. Just be honest, man. Don't lie for shit.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay, so we kind of already touched
I'm
on.
like, give
Do
me the
you
questions. Give me all the questions. I got it.
some of them I listed out like the question already, but we like kind of already like answered it in a different question, so I'm like, I don't want to
I'm
re-ask.
telling you, I go on tangents. I'll give you 19 answers from one question. I'm like, here
I
you go.
liked it. It's good. It helps build it up. Okay, so do you ever feel like touring kind of helps influence your creative process, or do you think it like affects it in any way, I guess? Like when you're on the road?
I think it affects it
Yeah.
because you're exhausted. Like I said, I'm just getting started, even going further within it. But 19 shows in 30 days, I could physically say that I've done that, and
Mhm.
that was tiring, especially jumping in and out of a vehicle or having all your homeboys in the same hotel or
Yeah.
just thugging it out, dude. It's rough. You've done it, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
brutal.
Yeah, you gotta thug it out. But have you done it and also been singing every night or performing every night?
No, nope, I don't perform.
Now add that on top of it. Rough.
Yeah.
Voice hurts. Probably been drinking a little bit. Probably having a little fun. Hungover every day. So that's the little rough part about it. But it's I would say it just affects the stamina. I wouldn't say it affects my creative. I was wrong about that. It affects just my energy of just being
Yeah.
up, you know? So yeah, that's my answer.
Do you think it like helps when you're on tour though to like with the experiences that you're making traveling? Does that help you when you're like writing your music or I
Yes.
mean, yeah.
For sure, that's a good way of looking at it. It definitely helped me. See, I'll tell you my process of music is that everybody will probably think I'm weird, but I don't write a lot of music for
Mhm.
like all the time. Like I don't. I've learned to not burn myself out. I used to do
Right.
that shit when I was younger. When I first started, I was like, I gotta make 15 songs a day or ain't shit gonna happen. It's like no, that's not true. My process is like I just put this new album out like 2 months ago. I'm still promoting that. Like, I'm still gonna promote that album. You're good, you're good. But
Sorry.
but no, you're alright, But my process is I just put that new album out 2 months ago, and I'm still gonna promote that. I've watched a video of Tyler the Creator saying like, "Yeah, I put that album out a year ago, but why would I not promote my music? Like, why would I not talk about something that I made? Because good music lasts forever, right?"
Right.
So I have a song called I'm gonna tell you something. I have a song called Loose Screws right now. That
Mhm.
is my most streamed, most known song of me. I don't think it's my best, but it's the most known. It's been on the radio, and I always tell people still when they find like they're on TikTok, they're like, "What song do you recommend?" I'm like, "Go listen to Loose Screws by Lil Jesse because it's a good introduction song to me as an artist." And I've noticed by, time will tell what's good. It's told that it's good. So
Mhm.
I recommend that one every time.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's when I
Thank you.
listened to like some of your like older stuff and then I listened to Loose Screws like the other day and I was like, this one's pretty good too. But I like to
Dude, my older stuff, it's just me working out kinks. I was like, what do I like? Who am I?
I
Like
know,
it's
I
just
kind of liked like I was trying to get a feel of all of the music and I was like, I kind of like the way it like changes and goes though. Like it was kind of cool.
well, if you go back and listen, there's some songs I could delete. I could go and remove all the bad stuff. But the reason I haven't is because when somebody becomes a fan of me or finds my music, they can go back and be like, well, if they care anything about the person or whoever it
Mhm.
is, you will go back and hunt down what sucked because you're like, has he always been able to
Right.
sing? And you go back and listen. I was monotone. I didn't know how to sing, and I'm just now within the past 3 years learn how to actually like develop a better singing voice. And it takes time, man. Not everybody just naturally has it. But I will say that like, I'm not the greatest at a lot of instruments, but I can hear things. Like I could be I could find keys and stuff with just my hearing. I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know what that is, but I'm just like, that doesn't sound right. Then they fix it, and I'm like, there it is. So yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so give me I mean, obviously there's like a lot that you've been doing on tour and you've been to a lot of places. Tell me about one good memory from tour that like sticks with you.
I don't think I can, to be honest. Just pretty, I can't. I don't think I can. I wish my buddy Frank was sitting here, or MJ. Shout out my dog MJ, the artist. He was there with us. There's a couple of stupid things that I can say, but I'll try to find something that's appropriate.
I was like, we've had some crazy stories. Like the
Yeah.
last, I did one with like suffocation, and they showed me their party trick, which was like Charlie going up, like doing a handstand and chugging whiskey. So give me whatever you got, because we've heard a lot of crazy stuff.
I literally can't say what I want to say. I just can't. So it's pretty bad. So
Okay.
because if I say it, I'm exposing multiple people, and it's just
That's
not
okay.
good. So I'll just move on past that. I'll say for me, ask the question one more time, and I'll be able to give you an answer.
What is, obviously you've been touring a lot, so
Uh-huh.
you've made like a lot of memories. What is one really good memory that sticks with you?
Probably this is random. Probably walking. I have footage of it too. It's in a music video. But me walking from a hotel to a place to eat in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it was my first time there. And I seen the mountains, how beautiful, just how I don't know. I just loved how that the snow and the ice on top of the
Yeah.
mountains, but then down below you could wear a little hoodie and still feel pretty good out.
Yeah.
I remember walking and seeing the sign that says Salt Lake City, Utah, and I don't know, it's just a memory to me. I just remember walking on that sidewalk, going to get food, and I was just like, dude, I'm on a tour right now. This is sick. That was just something that, like, I'm like, dude, I'm just, I just loved it because I was like, I don't even give a fuck about the money. I didn't even give a fuck. I was like, I'm just here. Like, I didn't even care. Like, I love the process, and I've learned that if you enjoy the process and you're able to make stuff, put it out, and just move on and keep going, your success is inevitable. It's like you just, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like God is the universe, and I feel like that you have to move with good energy. That's why I represent something called the 444 squad. That's like the people on TikTok with me, Instagram, like, I got it tattooed right here. To me, it means like optimism and like love over malice. Like, yeah, don't get it fucked up. If you want to have a problem with me, we have a problem, but I'd rather not. But I will. Don't get it fucked up. I will.
Yes.
So yeah.
I love that. That's good. I like that. Okay. So I kind of lost where I was.
Dude, for the
Okay.
plot. It's for the plot right now.
Yes.
It's lit. By the way, do you like
That's like
Starbucks? Because I drink a
love
Starbucks
Starbucks.
every.
Yes.
That's another thing about tour. Every fucking day when we got up, I was like, find a Starbucks right now. We
Yes.
gotta go right now.
I will wake up 30 minutes early just to go get Starbucks before we have to be at sound checks. I do not care.
Yes.
Every day. It is a must.
It's a must.
Okay. So with tour, everything can be super chaotic and challenging, as you know.
Your
Usually I'm
favorite?
like,
Let me ask you a question.
okay.
What's your favorite memory on a tour of yours?
This one wasn't a tour, but I worked. So I did another podcast with another band called Nerve, and we were at a venue in Des Moines. So it was Woolies. And I was also like shooting photography for them and stuff like that. So super cool band. I love them. They're amazing. They're hilarious. But I think that whole experience was super fun for me because that was like, they're the most energetic people I've ever met. They just like did crazy things. Their TM was super cool. Our merch guy, I don't know. He was cool. But I think that whole one was super fun for me and made me like fall in love with like being on like the road and like wanting to travel more just because I don't know, they like made it so like entertaining and fun. Like when they were backstage and like getting ready to go on stage, like they're vibing, they're having fun, like they're just like literally living their best life and it wasn't like a chaotic mess. So I think that like made me fall in love with
What's the
like
good thing is they probably made you feel, from what I could hear, they made you feel comfortable being there too, though.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's a big
Which I
thing.
feel they are like so comfortable and like good to be around and like loved doing it. Like the whole thing with them. They were so fun. They were hilarious.
I love it.
Dylan, Tyler,
Shout
Scott, Jordan.
shout out those
Were
guys.
hilarious. Their podcast drops soon and it's so funny. They tell a lot of funny stories about Trevor.
Uh,
So tour is crazy and chaotic and challenging and has its ups and downs, right? With it being like obviously brutal. We talked about physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Um, what are your go-to, like, tips and tricks to trying to, like, basically just survive tour? Because like, everybody has, like, their tricks and everybody's stuff is so different. So, like, what's your, like, strategy to surviving?
A lot of water.
Mhm.
a lot of a lot of water and a lot of self-belief, 'cause no matter if somebody came up to you right now and was like, "Here's $1,000,000, and also I'm gonna put you on." Let's say if, Black Bear, somebody that I'm a fan of, came up to me, is like, "Hey, man, I got you. I'm putting you on. Here's this, here's that," and he puts me on a platform and says, "Go." It's still up to me as the person, as the entity, to deliver good music, good ideas, and be a good person to people that's caring for you. You could this whole like cosign thing. I've met MGK. I've met Yellow Wolf. I've met doesn't even matter. It matters to the person because all my favorite artists could repost me all day, but if I don't have anything out there for them to check out or I'm not being consistent, it literally doesn't fucking matter. So,
True. True. You kind of look like MGK, so it's kinda cool.
dude, shout out Coastal Baker, man. He's a really good dude. I met him last year at a skate park. He had that little thing going on, the festival, and I was
Yeah.
skating, and he came up to me. He was like, "What's up, dog? How you feeling?" And I was just like, "What the fuck? What's good?" We have mutual friends though. Like, I guess he used to be friends with these guys. He said he knew them. Long story short, he was just super chill, and then he wanted to skate my board. He skated a little bit. We chopped it up. I gave him a wristband. I was like, "Let's take a photo." He's like, "Hell yeah!" And then I ended up kept trying to land a triple kickflip over and over and over. There's a video of it. And I ended up landing a double kickflip, but we was all so fucking psyched in the moment that we thought it was a we thought it was a triple kickflip. And he and Sam Cowhill, I think that's how
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he was the one that was videoing, and he was like, "Fucking triple kickflip." And then MGK was like, "Have you ever seen a video of us? Like, you gotta go see it. Me and MGK, it
I
was
will
hilarious."
definitely check it out.
'Cause as soon as I landed the trick, he was looking at me like, "You fucking serious?" And then we chest bumped. It was lit, and he gave me $100 for it. So shout out him.
That's insane.
That is awesome.
Sam is super cool. I met him at one of their shows when he was on, like, when MGK was on Mainstream Sellout and talked to him after, and he's, like, one of my biggest influences as a photographer, videographer. Like, he's just so talented. I love all of his stuff. He's so cool.
Who's Sam?
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, Sam is dope, dude. Sam's dope.
His work is insane. It's
Let's
just
manifest. Imma manifest a video by him one day. Let's get that popping. Let's
oh,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
cool. So, what are some personal sacrifices that you make just in general when you're on tour in the music industry? Obviously, you're probably missing a lot of stuff and you don't get to be as involved in like normal people life as what other people do. So, what are some personal sacrifices that you've made in order to kind of like make it to where you are?
Lost a lot
Be-
of so-called friends. It's hard for me to maintain a relationship with a woman because some don't understand the belief system within the music. They don't understand like, well, you don't go to see because look, I don't have a 9 to 5 job at all.
Yeah.
I make money within my music. I pay my bills within my music. Even if it's on a lower there you can make it happen. That's why I try to tell people, I don't know why I'm holding a marker, but you probably because I'm telling you, I'm ADHD. I want to draw something. But um even on a little level, you can make it happen. And I am from the boonies, dude. If you went and looked up Floyd County, Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, just look that up. The population is just so minuscule. And everybody down here is just so country, so stuck in a box. And when they see me walking around, they're like, what in the fuck is, you know what I mean? There's been a bunch of old country dudes who question me and wonder why, like right now, I got my nails painted with sparkles. They're like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I'm just a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding, but still, like, I don't know. I was influenced growing up, like Travis Barker, Good
Mhm.
Charlotte, fucking Eminem, dog. Like, I mean, and then Lil Wayne, like, you just can't. I don't know. And then I'm gonna tell you another one I forgot. Never Shout Never, Christopher Drew, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing that I try to learn to sing through some of his old songs. But the biggest sacrifices are I have no children
Mhm.
and I have no girlfriend. all my old friends who was technically my you know how it is when you get out of high school. Your best friends, oh, you're my best friend for
Yeah.
life. I see like out of 10 of them, 2 of them every now and again.
Mhm.
And there's been a lot of people in my life that has showed me their true colors by making fun of me behind their back or something along those lines because they didn't see the vision. And then now that I've done shows across the country and that they just see people on the lives and people that show love to me, it like I could just feel the hater energy. You know what I mean? And
Yes, no, I get it 100%.
yes, dude. And my advice to anybody on here right now: never be that fucking person ever. Because even if you don't like something that your brother, sister, cousin, or best friend is doing, you could still be like, "Here's the best way to reply to that." And I do it all the time. Hey, man, I don't fucking like that song, but that shit is your shit. And if you love that, who the fuck am I to tell you?
Right.
So rock and roll, son. Like I support anything. Like one of my best friends, Frank Hunter, but his name's Logan, but he goes by Frank Hunter. I don't like all of his songs. MJ the artist, shout out Malik, is one of my other best friends. I don't like all of his songs, but I love those guys like brothers. And you can't discredit people.
Right.
You just say you don't like it. You ain't got to be like, bro, I tell you why I don't like it because you fucking suck. That's crazy. And I don't know. Like I said, I like to ramble a lot, but long story short, I've threw a lot of people out of my life because they didn't see what I see. And I don't think that I'm wrong for that because I didn't hurt them. I didn't I didn't do anything physical to them. I didn't rob nobody. I didn't do nothing crazy. And I just cut out a lot of people. Dude, I'll cut my mother off, my father off, my granny off right now if they try to get in the way of something that I believe in because I'm not rocking with the regular rat race. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm currently 28 years old and I feel proud that I got sparkles on my fucking nails. I feel
As you
proud.
should.
Exactly, dude. I just basically long story short, I don't give no fuck what nobody think. Period.
You gotta keep people around you that are just gonna help build you to where you wanna be. Otherwise, you're never gonna get to where you need to be. So I
And I
feel
wanted to
that.
say that I'm proud of you because I looked on your page whenever you hit me up and I scrolled down a little bit and I seen that you remind me of my manager Brittany because she is just so interested in just how music works, like the shows, the merch, the everything. She's just so interested in it and it was a blessing for me to meet her. I'll tell you a quick story. I met my manager and she's just a regular girl, you know what I mean? But she's smart. She knows money. She knows business. She knows ideas. She believes. She cares. That's what you need. You need a backbone. You need somebody else that will like tell you when you're being stupid, but
Yeah.
also not discredit you. And so shout out to Brittany Barnard. I love her. So yeah.
I love that. Yeah, no, that means a lot too, because yeah, I don't know. I want to learn everything there is to know about the music industry. Insides Outs, it's just so intriguing to me. She sounds like an amazing person. I don't know. I just
She's
always,
sick, dude.
I love all the ins and outs of this industry. It's so great.
But yeah, what I was trying to finish is I seen that I could saw from like early on that you look like a girl that's just interested. And then you
Mhm.
start looking into you're interviewing this person, that person, you're here, you're there, you're this, you're that. And you're not kissing nobody's ass, I could tell to get there. You're just showing love and people want that around. And I would love to, eventually we'll meet and at a show, who knows? Do whatever. We might go on multiple shows.
Yes. Yeah, we got to chat about that later too.
Hmm.
That means a lot though. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk social media because that's literally how I found you. And your TikTok, I feel like your fans are great on TikTok. Like they really like everybody in the lives is always super supportive. How do you think you use social media to bring you closer to your fans?
Just speaking. Just like I'm never too cool to not reply to somebody. Like, I'm not those too cool for school type of dudes. Like I will reply if it's about music, but if it's about some weird shit, yeah, I'm not replying. But like I've had girls hit on me
Yeah.
and stuff and like I'm being honest, I'm telling the truth. I've had women hit on me and saying some outlandish shit and then I'll be like, "Thanks, but I hope you like the music." And they're like, "For sure." And they're like, "Anyways," and I'm like, So, like, and I don't know. Basically,
Like,
it's social media is what has helped me obviously get more fans, but all social media is exposing yourself. Like,
Mhm.
it will expose you, so you better be safe. Like, and I'm not gonna act like I've been the greatest person of all time, but I feel like the older I've gotten and the more understanding I am of myself that I'm able to give love to people because I love me. That's what nobody
Right.
gets. The key is self-love in this life. If you can love yourself, love the stupid parts about you, just love it, bro. And then I'm able to look at people in the eyes and be like, "Hey, I love you. Thanks for caring about me."
Mhm.
Because I love me. And I used to not be able to do that. I used to be so ashamed. I used to be like, I used to try to hide shit. And Maud's son is somebody that I met him too a couple times, but he's somebody I think about something he said. He was like, try your best to remove the bone of embarrassment and just show the love. Just let it out. And the older I'm getting, that's where I'm at. So there's
Can't love
that.
anyone unless you love yourself.
Oh,
That's huge. Okay. So what was your like, I don't want to say like I made it moment, but like your I made it moment, like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know what I'm trying to say?
yes, yes, yes. I would say the I made it moment was me sitting in my grandmother's backyard, like January, February 2020. I was sitting in the backyard thinking about doing shows in California for no reason, and I've done it now. So that was the I made it moment because I believed it before it ever happened.
I love that. That's kind of like what I do is I like manifest everything that I want to do. So I'll be like, one day I'm going to be on tour with these people. And then like, I'm going to be like, I've told you guys I was going to do that. So I love that because like, if you're saying it and speaking it, like it's going to happen. Like it's just,
I'll break down the process real quick. So basically, how you just said, "I'm gonna," don't say, "I'm gonna," say, "I am." I have. I did. Imma tell you a quick little thing. I was sitting in the backyard. I remember looking up at the sky, and I maybe during that time, I think I'd done 2 shows as Lil Jesse, I think. And, which I had to do multiple more before I made it to do a show in
right.
California. So that's what happens. But my mindset then was sitting there looking at the sky, and I felt exactly how it would feel to know that I've done that. I felt it before it ever happened. Within this music, within all this, I have already felt the money. I've already felt all that. My mind cannot accept anything other than that. And that is just proof that law of attraction always works in
Yes.
some way or form.
Always.
It might not happen tomorrow, but you get what you think the most. So if you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I feel like shit today. You're going to feel like shit longer in the day. And if you look in the mirror and you're like, man, I'm ugly. Or, if you talk bad to yourself, you'll start to get more ugly things in
Mhm.
the day. And forget all the music shit for a minute. This is all like personal development. Like, I believe that idea of God and everything lives within us. And I believe that you just gotta do exactly what you wanna do as long as you ain't murdering people and robbing people and but, if you ain't doing none of that, I think everything will be fine, and
Mhm.
I've completely let go of thinking about, like, "What's gonna happen to me when I die?" The whole point is living, and just to throw this in there, yesterday, I was standing by the lake. It's called Dewey Lake over in Prestonsburg, and I was looking at the water, and I thought about something Alan Watts has always said. He was like, you just gotta flow with the water. You gotta be the water. You just gotta live in that moment. And time doesn't exist. It's like all there is now. So if I don't love what's going on now, I can't get to tomorrow.
Exactly. That's so real. This is kind of like my last little thing I have. What advice do you have for anyone who maybe is new to the industry, just getting started and wants to be where you are one day?
Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're ready to be laughed at,
Mhm.
made fun of, told you fucking suck, you're ugly, you're stupid. Be ready for all of that if you're going to put yourself out there. Be fucking ready. That's my advice. If you ain't built to handle people talking shit all the fucking time, excuse my language, that's real life. That's what's going to happen. Be prepared when you put your first song out, you're so psyched for somebody to say, that fucking sucks, you'll never be shit. Be ready for that. But here's the thing, if you just keep going, eventually there'll be somebody be like, yo, that's tight. And
Yeah,
that's when you'll be like, fuck what that guy was talking about. So just that's my advice. Do whatever you want, but be ready for people to laugh, make fun of you, talk behind your back, plot on you, want you to fail. You got to get used to that, or you're never going to be able to handle it. That's why I don't want to call nobody out, but I'm going to real quick. There's some people that's been around me that I used to mess with musically from where I'm from that completely just folded. because while I was getting made fun of, like they was around me and they got made fun of, and then they joined the people that was making fun of me to make fun of me. And that's when I learned right there, these people they was never for what I believed in anyways. So, and then now look, I ain't talking crazy, but I'm telling the fucking truth. They ain't shit. I'm just being honest. And
Exactly.
and it feels good. You know how good it feels to talk about people who made fun of you? It just feels good. Like I'm a good
Mhm.
person, but I don't forget things that people try to plot against me. And you feel me. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, I know exactly what you mean. There
Yeah.
was so many people when I started this that said that being on tour and like doing videography and social media just wasn't a thing. And I was like, well, deuces, have fun with your boring jobs and go
Hmm.
do my thing.
And the
But that's,
excuse
I think, what stops everybody from doing what they really want to do with their life is like they're so afraid of what everybody else is going to say. And I feel like you just can't, if you want to chase your dreams, you can't be doing all.
But there's also this thing that you're a very pretty girl, so they'll be like, "You're a pretty girl, of course you're able to, of course
Right.
somebody's gonna let you in,"
Yep.
and that's not
I get it
true.
a lot in the industry. I feel like where it's like, oh, are you actually good at your job? Or like, do you just flirt with a lot of the band members to get where you are? And I'm like, or like, oh, so I'll be like, yeah, I do concert photography. And they're like, so you're a groupie. No, like I
Yeah.
actually like put the work in to get here. But
Say, hey, listen, bitch, I'm fucking smart. Like I'm cool. I like music, and I'm intelligent. Get over it. That's what I'd say,
right.
straight
I
up.
always just laugh when people say that. I'm like, what an odd thing to say, but cool.
But at the end of the day, in this life, I feel like you just got to do what you love.
Mhm.
Whatever gives you a thrill. I'm running at it. Like, and I've always learned if I get scared of something, I immediately am like, I have to run at that wide open because fuck that shit. I ain't trying to be scared of nothing. And so I'm
Can't
running at
be.
it. Whatever gives me fear, I'm running right at it.
As you should. That's like, no, 100% exactly what we should do. Okay, do you have any other like little notes that you want to add or anything like that?
Yeah,
Any last things?
I'm sorry for cussing so much.
Oh, you're good. This is like minor compared to some of the other ones I've done. Like
Yeah.
my one with suffocation and body box was insane. It was crazy.
It's not attractive that I cuss so much. It's not like appealing that I cuss so much because I got a lot of like kid fans and
Yeah,
their parents will probably watch this and be like, "Oh no!" But
yeah.
shout out to kids that love my music. Shout out to the parents. I'm really fucking sorry. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Make sure you guys go listen to his music and follow his channels.
Yes, dude. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music. Hanging on your refrigerator. I go by the name of Lil Jesse, dude. LIL
Yeah.
space JESSE. It's obviously gonna be spelt, but I would love for y'all to check it out. Different mixes of
Yeah.
music, and that would be cool. I'm just a
Yeah,
dude.
my God. Yes.
I'm just
That's
a
my
dude.
saying. I'm just a girl.
Thanks, dude.